Hi there, my name is Heidi. I live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. I just wanted to make a video to start my story, basically. This is the first video I've ever made, so I imagine it's going to be pretty bad. And I'll probably look back on this and cringe and probably even re-record it. This will probably be that bad. I'm 35. I am currently 188 kilograms, which from memory in pounds is 417 pounds. So I'm 5'8". I have gradually been putting this weight on, I would say. I've probably been averaging about 10 kilos a year for the last 10 years. Which is, it just creeps on, doesn't it? And it's funny because I'm sure from the outside looking in and people looking at me, they would have to be saying, how did you let yourself get that big? Like, how? But it is amazing when weight creeps on gradually, and you don't actually realise that 10 kilos has come on. And you'll buy the next size up, but once you're bigger, it takes longer, or it takes more weight to get to the next size up. So you kind of almost don't notice when you've put on 20-30 kilos. Like, I know that just sounds completely incredible for people who are within the normal weight range. That just seems impossible almost. So why am I making this video? I have decided to have a vertical sleeve gastrectomy done. Definitely not a decision that I made lightly. I did a lot of research, as have seemingly everybody else that I've watched on YouTube. What I didn't find, though, when I was doing my research was a lot of other people in Australia who had made videos of their experience. So I thought maybe if I made a video series of what my experience has been in Australia, that perhaps that might help someone else in the future. Plus, I also want to be able to look back at these videos and see the progress I've made as well. I'll probably make a series of videos, the getting to know me type videos, rather than have just everything in one place. I also don't know whether I will continue to record. This is just using a laptop computer, and in fact I can see, by the way, I can see my little reflection in the whiteboard behind me. I didn't even straighten out my shirt before I hit record. So, yeah. Oh well, this is me, let's put it that way. So yeah, this is just the first video. With no planning, spur of the moment. It's, 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night. It's the 6th of September 2016. And I don't really have any intentions with this video. It's literally just the start of my story. So the process that I've been through so far, let me talk about that. My doctor actually recommended to me that I think about weight loss surgery. What actually happened was I quit smoking. Yay! I quit smoking about 4 months, 5 months. I've actually lost track of how many months it is, so that's a good thing. I've obviously stopped thinking about it enough to stop counting. But yeah, I quit smoking, and a lot of the things that I wanted to do, like why I wanted to quit smoking, was obviously, from a health perspective, smoking is a terrible, terrible thing to do to yourself, as is being this weight. And I really actually wanted to start taking some birth control pills. Just, didn't want any happy accidents. That's when my GP actually said to me that because of my size, I'm considered super morbidly obese, which is a really horrible thing to be told you that you are, but it's the reality. I was told basically no, that because of my size, I couldn't have the birth control pill because it increases the risk of stroke and problems with blood pressure and all of those sorts of things. So I wasn't interested in other birth control options like Implanon or I forget what they call it now, but the old copper coil, the IUD style contraceptive. I wasn't interested in either of those options because beyond the not wanting to have a happy accident, I also wanted to have birth control pills for its ability to control PMS, because I get PMS really bad. And unfortunately, Implanon and the IUD options don't control your moods as much as a contraceptive pill does. At least that's what I found in my research. Please don't take that as medical advice. It's just what I read. It just didn't seem worth the process, cost, etc. So I know that seems really... So anyway, I was ranting and raving, complaining. I wasn't ranting and raving. I was talking quite level-headedly with my doctor, my GP, about the options. And she was saying, it's that it was great that I had quit smoking, obviously, and that for her, the number one concern for me was now my weight. And I've definitely put on weight even since quitting smoking. I think it's almost comes with the territory of quitting smoking. I don't think I'm alone in that. Anyway, so at first when she was, telling me about weight loss surgery, I immediately thought, no way, there's no way I want to have such an invasive procedure. And the option she was saying that she thought was best for me was to get the gastric sleeve, or the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is a non-reversible surgery. So I thought, oh my God, would I really want to do something so permanent to myself? What was really interesting though is the more I read about it and the more I researched it, the more it just so logically seemed like the right choice for me, given its ability to even reduce like your cravings and hunger pangs and things like that. I thought that would be really good for me because I actually do have relatively good self-control. I've kind of proved that to myself with my ability to quit smoking and not have a single cigarette. But what is easy about that is that obviously when you quit smoking, you go through that period of withdrawal. That's the hardest part. So I figure it's the same, like when you go on a diet where obviously you're taking in fewer calories than you're burning, your body ups the ante and says, hey, let's eat a bit more. And it's that same physical, I'm going to call it the physical withdrawal from food. I know that's not what it is, but let's just call it that. So I find it really interesting that the VSG can reduce, or potentially reduce, hopefully I'm one of the lucky people who reduces the desire to eat, because I think mind over matter is so much easier when the matter, i.e. the hunger pangs, aren't really there. So I did some research for surgeons obviously in Australia. I wasn't interested in going outside of Australia. And I found several surgeons in the Brisbane area. The other consideration for me was that I didn't have private hospital insurance. I only had extras insurance. And that's actually because I have other medical conditions, which again I will talk about in another video, which have had ongoing medical expenses for the last 10 years. And because of my age, like obviously 10 years ago I was 25, because of my age I was more interested in or more concerned about covering those immediate medical expenses than paying for hospital cover that I probably wouldn't need. So rightly or wrongly, doesn't matter. I'm in this situation now, which basically means I need to pay for the surgery myself. In Australia, we're very, very fortunate that VSG or weight loss surgeries in general are considered a life-saving procedure. What that means is you can apply through Centrelink. Well, at the moment, right now, as of September 2016, you can apply through Centrelink, which is our human services department from the government. You can apply to have funds released from your superannuation fund, so long as you have obviously the dollar amount in there that you need for the surgery. Typically, VSG, the quotes that I was given ranged from between 18,000 to 24,000. So obviously you need to have that amount in your super to have that released. You also need a form filled out from your doctor, which there's a standard form for that, and also obviously there's a letter or form that you get from your surgeon, and those are the two pieces of information that you need to submit through this Centrelink application process to get access to your super funds. The process can take 6 to 8 weeks to get the funds released, and the reality is the surgeon isn't really interested in operating on you until they're sure that you can afford to pay for the surgery. I think I'll save it for another video to talk about the different costs and things associated with the surgery. I definitely want to talk about what I've been quoted. And all the different pieces of information that I got from my surgeon. At the moment, I won't mention the surgeon's name. I just don't know whether he'd be okay with me mentioning his name. I'll just talk very generally about my experience, and then later down the track, perhaps once I've spoken to him and asked whether he's okay with me mentioning his name, then I'll mention his name. I'm sure he wouldn't mind free publicity, especially if I'm a success story. Yeah, anyway, so I might leave it there for the moment and record another video talking a bit more about me and how did I get here, as well as, like I said, other bits of information about the procedure itself, the information I've been given about the surgery in terms of information from the surgeon, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope that you've either found this video because you're about to start your journey, or you've had whatever brings you here. Just know that I'm what am I trying to say? I'm an open book. I really am. if there is anything that you'd like to know about me, feel free to ask. I hope that the YouTube community is nice enough not to write hateful comments. I know my size, I know what I look like. I'll leave it at that. Haters gonna hate. So till my next video, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.